Another week, another exciting interview, Rachel. Here we go. This week, I couldn't be more excited. I think I say that every week, but I'm really excited about this one because these guys are just amazing people. So, Rachel, who do we have?
We have Scott Willington and Tom Dubber, and they are from Vitamin C. And of course, the actual vitamin is great, but we're talking about the SEA version, which I would say is a superior vitamin.
Absolutely. It makes your skin shine. And what else?
And they are travel bloggers, and they have onboard cruise ship work experience. So we're going to hear both sides of the story.
And I just want to let everybody know, if you like what you see here, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and also we'd love to hear your comments. So please don't forget to do all of the above. And each week we're going to be bringing you a new episode. Super excited about that. And why don't we just dive into this, Rach? All right, let's go. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mike, and this is Rachel. And Tom and Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear about vitamin C, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, vitamin C, it's all healthy, but it's an even better type of vitamin C. And your on-ship cruise experience, like one of you guys actually worked on a cruise ship. So you're not only travel experts and bloggers, but you guys know both sides of the coin there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Long time ago, though, but things have changed for the better.
So is it true that you were part of the Royal Caribbean for 17 years? And if so,
not that long, 17 years ago, probably.
17 years ago. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that whole experience, like working for Royal.
Yeah, so it wasn't actually, I was working for Royal Caribbean, but for another company, so I was working for shops on board. And honestly, it was an experience. Where would I start? I remember leaving Southampton and saying goodbye to my mum and my ex-partner at the time. And you're literally leaving the country, saying goodbye to your friends. You get on board a cruise ship. You're like, what the hell is going on? Especially when I've never been on a cruise ship before. You go into a cabin with no windows. You've got bunk beds. And yeah, you just say goodbye to your own country. And it's just an experience and a half. But what I took from it was, one, I got to meet a lot of people from around the world. And I've made some great friends as well that we're still in contact with. But yeah, it's great to do. It's an experience. It's a lot of hard work, trust me.
Yeah. And what was the exact, the job detail? How would you describe that?
It's like retail on the ships. So,
okay.
But yeah, I was looking after the liquor store back on the beginning.
You gotta love that.
Everyone that was the fragrance and did that. I did it, for over a year? But contracts, free ships.
That's amazing. And would you say that kind of shaped your love for cruising? Did it introduce you to cruising, or did you have experience prior?
I would say love back then when I was working.
That's understandable. That's any job, you know.
Then I left, and gosh, it was years till we went on the cruise ship, and then I met Tom, and then literally a month in, I got invited on to a cruise with his mum and dad. And the family, and then we both realized we love cruising, and it kind of went from there, kind of. Yeah.
So with your cruise job, I get the impression you had never cruised before you took this job. What possessed you? Like, hey, I'm going to go out for several months, and I'm just going to leave.
I always wanted to travel. I did try cabin crew, but I applied for cabin crew, didn't get it twice, then got the job, and then the airline got bought out by another airline. So I went, you know what, this isn't for me. I need to go and travel. I saw an ad and went for it, and that was it. And 3 months later, I was cruising the world.
Very cool.
That is amazing. And when you select your cruises, because we see that you have done so many cruises and have some cruises coming up, what do you look for? Are you more looking for, hey, I love this new design for this ship, or I have a certain itinerary that I want to do? What inspires you, and how do you pick your cruises?
I think it's a bit of a mix. We want to pick different places that we haven't been to before. So we'll always start with, where do we want to go? What have we not done before? What do we want to see? And then we kind of align ourselves to a cruise line that kind of appeals to us. So usually, I don't know, we've done quite a few now. We've got our favorites. But you kind of look at the activities on board. What do you want to get out of that cruise? in that location? Do you want to be high activity? Do you just want to sit and chill like in the Caribbean? Or do you want to get out there and do stuff? And it's what it offers. And do they offer excursions that we want to do? Do the ports appeal to us?
Is the price right?
Yes.
That's it. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, and you know, Tom, I think from what I read about you, you started at an early age cruising. Am I right?
Yeah, I did.
On a ship. Is it Star Princess? Am I correct?
Yeah, the original Star Princess. So she's actually been scrapped now.
Wow.
She's been replaced by the new Star Princess, which will be quite cool if we can get on that. We need to get on that. Do the whole kind of start and finish. I started when I was 6, 7, 8. Can't remember.
Right.
Caribbean cruise, Fort Lauderdale, and Croix St. Thomas. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you had this whole world just kind of opens up for you to explore, and you're so safe on the ship. You can't go anywhere. You can't get off the ship. You know that there's people there to look after you as well. So you just have this whole kind of...
It gives everyone a break, doesn't it?
Mum and Dad could have a break. They could go and do what they wanted. And me and my sister went to the kids club. And then you were being looked after. We were being safe. And yeah, it was just freedom as a child. It was great. It was good.
And I would say that's probably where you caught the bug. You're like, wait a second. I love this. The only thing is, I think at that age, you're like, wait, I didn't pay for this, but now I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. I mean, myself, I actually did cruise at an early age. My family took our family on cruises, not as early as 7 or 8. I think it might have been like 13, 14. Mm-hmm. But after that, it introduced me to, wow, this is kind of a unique situation versus going to one island. You're there on your vacation. Don't get me wrong. That's beautiful. And it's nice to do that. But when you're on a cruise, you really get to experience so many different areas and ports and destinations that it really just, I think it's unique. You know, we just did a cruise to the Mediterranean on, it was NCL, and we took their new ship, the Viva. And for us, we did so many stops, so many ports, and it just, for me, I've been there before Rachel was, I have not been there. Rachel has been there before. So for me, it opened my eyes to like, whoa, I need to come back. Here's some favorites. And it just really opens your eyes up to different places. And I think that's special about cruising. And a lot of people that go, oh, cruises, I don't know if I like that. It's like, you got to try it.
It kind of gives you a little snapshot in every port. And like, if you really love it and you fall in love with it, you can go back again. It's
absolutely
so many different places in such a short period of time. You only have to unpack once. That's the best thing. You're in your room, you unpack, done.
Isn't that the truth? And I think people don't realize, even if you cruise more at the luxury level, it's still less expensive to see the world that way, because you aren't getting on multiple plane rides, multiple trains, all through Europe and stuff. And so you guys have kind of a motto that I thought was so cool, in that cruising isn't for people you typically think it is.
Yes.
100%. What is that?
100%. And we really want to break that mold. We want to show people that cruising isn't what it... Everybody thinks it's for old people, let's be honest. And it's not.
And everyone thinks it's rubbish food, you're cramped in some space. Like my manager, I love her to bits, and she's claustrophobic and stuff, but she doesn't like small spaces. And I went, honestly, try it. There's balconies, there's suites, there's backspace, there's pools, you get off in different ports. There's so much to do.
Yeah, and there's so many different cruise lines now that do so many different things. Whereas back in the day, it was all quite traditional. You had to dress up.
You have to wear a tux.
You don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, so there's a whole world of cruising out there.
There's a cruise for everyone.
Yeah, there is a cruise for everyone.
There really is. And with the technology changing and then putting out so many new cruise ships, even if you're like, we talk to some people, even like staff that we talk to, they love some of the smaller ships because it's more, you get to see some different places. They're able to go to some different ports that some of the big, giant, iconic of the seas and, those ships just can't go to. That, I think there's a little bit of, of something for everybody. Let me back up a second, because I would love to find out. So with your site and your company that you tell everybody the interesting things that you do on your site, what do you do outside of that? Do you both do that full time, or do you have other positions. We'd love to know a little bit about that. It was my fault. I jumped right into it. Tell us everything about cruising. Let's get to know you a little bit. So tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So it's vitamin C is our second job, side job, if you want, hobby.
Hobby, because we're not paid.
We don't get money out of it. We don't earn anything off it. It's just purely a hobby. My main job, I work for an international British airline. I design the cabin interiors on board. So the seat,
oh, neat.
Everything inside the aircraft. Me and the team that I work in design, which is awesome. Actually, it's a pretty cool job.
That is amazing. That's really unique.
And I work for a premium skincare brand. Actually, you probably know it, Kiehl's. It's very American.
We know Kiehl's.
Yeah, I do retail and events on that side. So busy on one side and busy on the other side as well.
Oh my God! I mean, it's such two different worlds, of jobs, which I love.
It keeps me troubled.
Yeah, no, but you can tell your passion for traveling, it really comes through in your content and your expertise, and so you can really tell where your hearts are.
We do, yeah.
But we still
this is escapism.
It is.
Escapism.
Yeah.
But on that as well, we want to show people what you can do on ship. It's not all about, let's take a photo of the cruise ship interior, or let's show you what food you can eat. We want to show you us actually eating the food and actually doing the activities.
I think it's more, when we take our photos and videos, we don't edit them 3 or 5 times. We don't take 20,000 photos. Mm-hmm. But take 4 because we need to make sure we're still looking good, right? And
that's us too.
Right? That's done. Move on. Next. Where are we dinner? Move on. It's just in the moment. So we're still actually enjoying it and not just focusing on taking pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's the most difficult balance, because we've been on cruise ships with professional travel bloggers, that are also trying to make a go at it. And it's so competitive because there are so many and everybody has their style. Some are very highly edited. But one of the things that I see, and I'm like, man, and we even experience, is drawing that fine line of, by far and large, everybody pays for their own cruise. It's not like the cruise lines are subsidizing you and you're getting free vacations. I think that there's a perception that a lot of travel people are just getting these free, maybe the super high end ones, but you want to enjoy the vacation. You don't want to just work the whole time. And so we've seen people literally live out their vacation through a lens of a camera, and then they got to watch it back later. And for me, I love walking the street and meeting the local people, seeing the local shops and things. And I can't imagine, but at the same time, you also have to capture that. So it's a fine balance. So where do you guys draw? Like you said, you take 4 or 5 photos and then it's vacation time.
It is a fine balance.
Look, we get invited on board cruise lines, but when we get on the cruise line, we don't get told what to do. They're literally, do your thing. So they get us on board because of what we do. So we still get that time to enjoy ourselves even when we are invited on. So I feel like we're quite lucky that we get that autonomy to do, because some other bloggers, they've got to do this, and this, and we're like, it's us, right?
Yeah, and I think that comes from we don't get paid for it. That's where it comes from. We've never been paid by a cruise line to say anything or do anything. And generally, we just get on and do our own thing, don't we? And they let us do that. So we are very lucky.
Yeah, it's what we do.
But then I would say it's a 50-50. 50% of the cruises we've been on this year we have paid for, and 50% of the cruises we haven't. But it's still reflecting what we feel and what we want to do.
We won't post anything if we don't like it.
Yeah,
that's so great. I love that.
We've got our opinion. And we will do our opinion, but it's, we're doing what we enjoy. And if we're not enjoying it, we're not posting it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's 100% it. Yeah.
No, and that's amazing. I love that you guys are true to that, because there's a lot of, we see a trend in a lot of the bloggers out there right now. And I think it's just, they're following each other. Some are just follow each other. So the big trend that we see is, the cruise news things. Look at this ship on fire. Look at this person jump off the ship, and we see I told Rachel, I just see them changing their format, where they used to have a great format, true to themselves, And now they're just changing it to, well, I call it, over here we have the TMZ, the trashy news and all that stuff. But it's like everybody's trying to go for that big headline just to grab the audience, which I get because that's part of today's society on anything. But it's great that you guys are keeping true to what you do and bringing your own experience, because I think that'll shine through. It's the same thing with the whole series that we're launching. It's like people are telling their stories. It's not like, hey, we just gave you guys a script. Can you read this? Doing the interview.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'll ever go down that road. Even if we do get bigger and bigger, it's not what we do. So,
also, if we're not having fun and we're not enjoying it, we'll just stop. So you won't
probably jump ship if we wasn't enjoying it. We're like, this is for us and time to go home. There's no point, right?
No. Yeah. But then there's different things for different people. So other people may really love it, and we just don't. So it's not to say that it's good or it's bad. And I think some people go awry in saying things are good or bad in the kind of influencer world.
You can't. I feel like even with my own job, it's like, okay, I don't like a product we sell, but it's not for me to decide to that customer they don't like it.
Absolutely.
Same when you're on a cruise ship. Because I don't like it, I'm not going to say, guys, don't try it, because that's not fair. It's up to everyone else's opinion, Try it. It might not be for you, but where I say this wasn't for us, but we still had a good time.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think that's, I get that in my world as being like a music producer. I'm producing for the public, not for myself, because if I produce for myself, nothing would sell, So
right, you don't like it. Everyone else doesn't.
Exactly. So how do you feel the cruise industry is changing? Because there's so many new things happening. Are you enjoying the changes from either the new ships, the technology, the restaurant? There's so much to talk about here, but just an overall scope of what do you think?
I think it's going in the right direction. I think some ships are getting too big, to be quite honest.
Oh my God.
And then we heard on the news that the big companies are going for the small ships again. So there's something going on.
Yeah.
But I believe the ships are getting better because of the food, entertainment. There's more choice. I think they're evolving for the right people. So there's a lot more out there for everyone. Whereas before it was very classic and old school, and now they're realizing that people want to cruise and do different things.
Yeah, no, I mean, we look at some of the, the bigger ships, and we were just on one of the newer ships. And for us, it's just we're real big into entertainment because that's where we live, that's our thing. So we got to see some, I think it was Beetlejuice, right? That was the ship.
Oh, yeah.
That show.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. From me, I think we sat, and I'll tell you a funny story, we sat right next to the techs. So I think I watched more of the text than I did the show because I'm watching what they're doing. She's moving my head. The show is that way. I'm I got to check this out. It's pretty cool because they actually had the latest technology in mixing and lighting and all that. So for me, cruising over so many years, it's just come such a long way. And the production of the show, then fast forward to the show, the production of the show, it's just amazing with the entertainers. And they're bringing that to life where you would go to, on land to a theater to see that. And it's pretty close, Granted, it's moving like light years, as far as technology goes.
A great show.
Yeah. Oh, no.
We're still a couple. But
we did love the one on Princess.
And Queen Anne.
Yeah, Queen Anne was really good.
Instead of a couple, I feel like we need to get on RCCL and Norwegian to probably see the good.
We need to do the Broadway shows.
Yeah, it was pretty different for us because we hadn't been on a ship for a little while, and it was just unique seeing the contrast of the last time we saw a show to now. It's crazy, including the bars and lounges that have music. So there was a bar they had. What was the name of that bar, Rachel, where we saw that band?
The Sid Normans.
So Sid Normans, they created this fake name NCL because what they want to do is, retain the rights to the musical shows, which is smart because now they don't have to pay royalties.
Yeah.
So they created this fake kind of bar and they put it on a bunch of ships. But anyway, the band was amazing. It wasn't just a bar band, but they actually would do tribute shows. So the one we saw was Fleetwood Mac. And they did a tribute show to Fleetwood Mac. Well, I want to tell you, being a musician, I was blown away, so I had to stay afterwards. and talk to them all and investigate them. They're like, who is this guy investigating me, asking me so many questions of how we got the band together? But it was just amazing that you could see that, because usually, you go to, it's hit or miss. You're going to see a good band, bad band.
We like the smaller ones, because Princess is what changed my mind about music.
It was
the jazz club or the jazz bar.
Take 5?
No, it wasn't Take 5. The Congo was cool, but it changed my mind. It was jazz. It was in a smaller room. It was just how I like my music.
Yeah.
I like to be,
It was massive.
It was
immersive. It was good.
Yeah.
But then even when we were United recently on Queen Anne, there were these two Irish guys in the pub in the Golden Lion. And actually most people weren't listening, but if you kind of sat down and really listened and interacted with them, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
And they were great, and the banter was really good.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're paying a little more attention to the entertainment, which is really great. Which, to change topics, let's talk about Rachel's favorite thing, food.
Heck yeah, because you're so right that the perception is like you're getting like food hall food, like mass produced and stuff. Yeah. But even the buffets, they have different flavors, like Indian section, Asian section, the typical burger section, salads. There's so much variety. And then the specialty restaurants. And I feel like sometimes I'm on a 7-day cruise and I still haven't eaten at all the restaurants yet. Yeah. And then because sometimes you have your favorites and I'm like, I'm going to go back to that one.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the changes in the restaurants over the years?
Like I said, much better. We're not massive fans of buffets, but Celebrity, we love Celebrity. They do a good buffet. And we're going on a cruise in a week and a half. We can't wait. I'm quite excited about that buffet as well.
Where are you going?
We're going on Silversea.
Oh, nice. Wow. We've heard great things about
very
Silversea.
Excited about their food.
Very, very excited. Yeah.
So,
where's the itinerary? Where is it going?
Croatia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the food on it. We've been doing YouTubes and watching all that. But cruise ships for food, they're getting better and better. Yeah, and the buffets are good too.
Actually, I did a ship visit, what was it, last week. Went on Oceania, that's the one. Marina in Southampton, and oh my God, their food was amazing. We went into the main dining room and we did one of those sampling where you sample all the different food from the different restaurants.
Yes.
Horses, and wow, the food was good. Like the steak that I had was amazing. When you're mass doing steak to like loads of different people, usually it comes out dry and horrible, and this was just like melted like butter. It was awesome.
I know we're talking about big cruises, but we went on the Hebrides cruise in Scotland.
Okay.
And it's like going to Norway, but on our own doorstep. Yeah. And we were on a yacht of 9 people. And the food, again, was some of the best I've had at sea. Yeah. It was just attention to detail. So if you choose the right cruise and cruise line, the food's going to be, you can get that. It's going to be good.
You could smell him like baking the bread, and you could walk into the kitchen and literally see him preparing like the salmon and the lamb chop. And it was great. Carlton? It was Carlton?
It
was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's the same with on the cruise we just went on. They have a steakhouse, and it's all open kitchen, so you see them preparing everything. And the massive amount of people that were in the restaurant, you're like, how are they preparing these steaks so good? You know, it's just come a long way. Do you prefer I don't know of all the cruise ships that you've been on, but the one we were on, they got rid of the big dining room. So there was no big dining room. It was all small specialty restaurants. Now, the specialty restaurants, you know how you can purchase a package to upgrade to the specialty ones that you pay for. Yep. These were all specialty restaurants. Some you could upgrade to pay for, but all the smaller dining rooms were all specialty as well, different themes. So have you seen that yet? And do you prefer that?
I'd say Celebrity is probably our last ship where we kind of see. They've got rid of the dining rooms. They've made them smaller. And there was 4, but they've all got different kind of vibes. So you had French, you had Mediterranean, you had American, and there's another one. But it's 4 different kind of styles. There was one side of the menu that was in all 4 menus, And then there was a speciality on each one, but there was no upcharge. But it was on 4 different venues that looked completely different.
Yeah.
I think that's what the ship's kind of doing more of. The newer ship.
It felt like you were going somewhere different each night, even though you necessarily weren't. There were only a couple of dishes that changed.
Yeah.
It gave you that variety, or it felt like you had variety. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing for us. It's you know, it was unique seeing that because we're used to seeing the big dining rooms, and then it was gone, you know. And so for us, it was kind of a surprise. So we were like, okay, well, there's no way you can try them all because there was just too many. But Rachel found her way to try a lot of them, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm a master food planner. Oh yeah,
she sure is. So. Food. We spoke about food. So let's talk about itineraries. So is there any favorite itineraries that you would tell some of the viewers that you've been on that you would actually go back or you would recommend?
Yeah, no way. Definitely no way.
Picturesque, beautiful.
Wow.
Clean air.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
that's definitely on our bucket list. Is the whole Norway, Iceland tour.
Yeah.
So definitely.
And how about some ones that are coming up? Do you have any ones that either are booked or you want to book?
We're doing one that's coming up. We're going on in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, you've done it. Alaska. I've never done it, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, we're going to America on the
Conningsdale?
Yep.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so that's Rachel's favorite. We've both been. It's amazing, you know. And some of the excursions that we took were just so, like, great. I always tell the story that, you know, you can't do those excursions, you know, anywhere else in the world. You know, some of the things. We have 2 funny stories I'll tell you real quick. One of them was we did an excursion. It was a walking tour. So we're walking, and the tour director was like, you know, 10 couples ahead of us. And then I go to Rachel. I go, Rachel, I think there's a bear like directly in back of me. And she's like, there is. Let's walk a little quicker. And I don't think the tour guy even saw that. And then the other one that we tried to do, you know, unfortunately for Rachel, not so unfortunately for me, because I was like, I think I was drinking at the bar for 24 hours till we went and tried to do this excursion. But it was the one where it takes you up in the helicopter and then you go with the snow dogs. And the helicopter's not my best friend because I am kind of scared of it, you know? And it got canceled due to the weather. And I was like, oh my God, Rachel, that's the one I really wanted to do. She's like, sure it was.
But if you guys are going in 3 weeks, it's a great time to go. Alaska is notoriously one of the more expensive cruise itineraries, but so worth it. And so when we went, we kind of sometimes will go at the beginning of the shoulder season. We went a little too much into the shoulder season. So yeah, you do run into a lot more weather issues, cancellations, that type of thing. So yeah, got a little too brave with shoulder season.
In helicopter that lands onto the glacier, and then we hike for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's totally up my alley.
Yeah. Alaska. I didn't get to do those kind of things. I did a few excursions, but this one, yeah,
it's going to be epic.
It's going to be
epic.
It is going to be bucket list tick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. And are you familiar with the ship that you're going to be on?
Kind of, because we did a ship tour of our sister ship.
Yeah, was it the new...
And they're very known for their music, FYI.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
That's awesome.
They've got the Rolling Stone bar and Billboard on board.
Yeah, it's all about the rock music and blues.
BB King's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's going to be amazing. You'll have to come back and tell us how that was. We're excited to hear all about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about 2 of our cruises then.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Like, for when you book your cruises, do you generally book with a travel agent? Because I know that's sort of what you guys, you know, really know, not just know how to book, how to find the deals, or do you find booking with the cruise lines Pretty much I'm asking for the viewers because there's so many first-time viewers that really don't know what to do. They don't know whether to book with a travel agent, book with the cruise line directly. So we always like hearing opinions.
We do a lot of shopping around.
Okay.
Mainly me, because I will book with an agent sometimes, or it's the big agent, but then I'll go, let me see who else I can go for. So I'll ring about 5 or 6 different people. It's good to do work. And then sometimes go to the cruise line directly, and then sometimes get a good deal. I think it's a bit different in the UK to the US with going to agents, where it's like a bigger agency, isn't it? Where it's not just that one person.
Yeah, they're like big companies. But what I would say is play them off against each other.
That's what I do.
Get a quote for one and go to the next, then go back to the first one and go, they've just beat you. Can you beat it again? And just get them to go down and down and down.
Yeah, and it's like, what onboard credit can you get? What excursions can you get? What drinks can you get? Are gratuities included? So for in the UK, a lot of our travel trips will be inclusive when this comes to cruising.
And do you find that you're going for, more of like the, if it offers a package, will you, go for the drink package? Will you go for the Wi-Fi package? All that stuff. Do you feel it's worth it?
Drinks package, 100%.
Yeah.
We like a drink.
Us too. We're right there with you.
The cruise ship with the bill. No, thank you.
Yeah.
They do gratuities, drink. Wi-Fi we're not too bothered about.
Yeah, it depends.
Because, it's we're on holiday and we can post as soon as we land on land and go somewhere for Wi-Fi. But if you get Wi-Fi, bonus.
What I like the most is when you get the cruise lines that bundle it all into one package. You literally get the drinks,
absolutely,
you get onboard credit, and you get the Wi-Fi all into one, and the gratuities, and then you don't have to worry about anything. You just on board and you just.
But we fly separately. We won't get on a flight that's organised. We like to do our own flight, not package.
And do you find yourself getting to the ports a day early or 2 days early just to be safe?
100%. You never know what's going to happen.
Always.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely suggest to everybody. You have to get there because you never know, especially today with the airlines. They're just so crazy. How about as far as excursions? Do you find yourself booking through the cruise lines or separately, or?
We don't tend to do excursions.
Okay.
No.
We will do our homework first, ask people, find restaurants, go for walks.
Yeah.
And do it ourselves. We like to do what the locals do.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
Now, it's funny you say that because our Mediterranean cruise that we were just on, we actually did everything on our own. We didn't book one excursion. And we were like, we just go for it. We just make sure we're not a pier runner running back to the ship all late and stuff and watching it go. We make sure we allow enough time.
If you're doing an excursion that is long and it's far away, I would book it for the cruise line.
Yeah.
Anything close, I don't want to miss that ship.
Yeah, that's the worst. And I remember when we first started cruising, we booked everything through the cruise ship because you're right, like certain excursions take you far away. But over time, as we got more experience, what we found is that there's a lot of downtime. Like if they take you to a museum or a site, we tend to tour pretty quickly, the two of us. And then you're just kind of waiting, on other people. And it's like, I could have seen so many other things. And sometimes included in those excursion packages, they take you to kind of like tourist spots. Whereas I rather see some more of the local areas and just kind of walk around the port.
Destination, sure. And also, I hate coaching. Absolutely hate coaching.
They're the worst. And sometimes you're 8 hours on this thing and they're taking you to various sites, but you're seeing everything through a bus window. So we try to avoid that at all costs, unless you're going into a port specifically to get to another city, which is like an hour or two away. Then we book through the cruise line, just to be sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've learned over the years, it's just so easy if you do your homework. You have to do your homework, but just to go on your own, figure it out. And it's just, it's pretty safe, unless you're someplace that, they're directing you not to go. Other than that, you could really do a lot on your own. Just you have to do your homework,
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a big thing. For first-time cruisers and reaching back into your memory, do you have any suggestions as far as if they're considering a cruise for the first time, what are the top things they should look for that maybe you can offer some advice? I know there's a lot. I know the list is long, but we'd like to get, because
make sure it's within your. I'd say first of all, make sure it's within your budget, because when you get on board, it can get expensive. So plan wisely that way.
That's a good one. Don't just choose the cheapest cruise, because you might end up worse.
When you get on board, everything's extra. Where if you choose an airline a cruise line with your budget, then just look into the detail, because you might get caught out.
And what you get with it, definitely. If you book direct with the cruise lines, things like gratuity won't be rolled in, especially for the guys in the UK. If you book it discounted or by another route, most of the UK travel agents and cruise lines will bundle the gratuities in. But if you go a different route, you may find at the end of the cruise you've got a massive bill, which can be quite a shock to some people.
Oh, yeah.
And just, if you're doing families, and you can get so much information now about the age category as well on a cruise line, and like, don't always believe what people will say as well. Do a bit of homework, like YouTube, because that's what we do. Yeah. Because it might say 45 plus, but when we get on board, it's not true. So like celebrity, everyone thinks it's an older person. It's not.
No, it's not at all.
No.
Celebrities, definitely. I agree with you 100%. And now you'll have even like the ships like Virgin, where, that's a whole different level of different, seeing all the same stuff that you see on land and seeing the familiar stories. You want to see some different stuff, and, we were talking about how I saw them introduce a tattoo shop, which I thought was very unique, and how other, cruise lines are now looking at that. I think even Royal, I read in an article, they might institute that, if not, they did already. Have you seen some shops that on board that you were like, hey, we haven't seen a shop like this, or even, a particular restaurant that's unusual?
Shops, not yet. I think we saw Tiffany, and that was the only difference. Because everything else is Effie, isn't it, at the minute?
Yeah.
Restaurants. Oh gosh.
Well, the ones that we like are the alfresco ones, ones where you can actually eat outside, and I think they're become more and more common now, and that's what people want.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking forward to
on Silversea.
Sitting outside.
Yeah, and that's what we loved on the Edge class of ships, being able to sit outside in the grill. Upstairs. It's just nice and then you actually realize where you are in the world, or if you're at sea, you feel like you're at sea, not just sat in a box. A bit of connection to where you are is great.
Yeah. And that's great at port, because you can dine al fresco, and I've seen that trend. People are creating, or the cruise ship industry is creating, more outdoor spaces, so you're not stuck inside in the air conditioning all the time. You can actually get out, and you can just watch the port, eat on one side of the ship to see one side of the port and then the other side of the port. So it's very cool.
Another thing, we've seen on another thing is like even the pools now, they have infinity pools that go, look like they're going over the edge, and it was just like, wow, they're just like creating such really cool things.
A lot of cruising's it is changing.
They're getting better with outdoor space.
Yeah. And the pool and the hot tubs. That's right. We're looking forward to Alaska and sitting in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's going to
be awesome.
I have a question which we haven't spoke about yet. So how do you choose your cabins? Is it based on any sales? Do you try and do a variety of things? Let's hear about that.
At price one.
Yeah.
We just did a cruise to Asia in February.
Mm-hmm.
And we booked an inside cabin going, we're not going to use the room much. 3 days in, I went, I can't do this. I was getting cabin fever. We were both like, no. Inside cabin, if you're doing a 3 or 4 day cruise, maybe. But it needs to have a window or a balcony.
For us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to change rooms?
Yes.
Or were you stuck there?
To the room, and it was a bigger porthole than normal. That was the size of the room,
wasn't it? Yeah.
So that was fine. I need daylight. That's all I need, and I'll be all right.
Yeah.
We've done inside on shore cruises.
And that's fine.
Southampton to Amsterdam, that was fine. When we did the one straight after COVID, the Sky Princess.
I know
it was a cruise to nowhere. Literally, it didn't stop anywhere. It just went Southampton to the Bay of Biscay and back again.
That was inside. No
It was
problems.
3 or 4 nights.
Yeah,
That's
it was
enough.
short.
Anything longer?
Yeah, no.
No.
And the most important, we've talked food, excursions, cruise ship rooms, getting the best deal, packing. Is anyone the overpacker, the underpacker?
I overpack.
Yeah.
I pack like I'm moving house. House? House.
I
Yeah.
have to go somewhere else in the house because he just stresses too much about packing. I cannot deal with it.
I'm dreading packing next week. Even we're talking about, oh my God, what do I wear? What do I wear in the evening? Can we wear this? Can we wear that? I think I've bought things, returned things.
The past week has been stressing me out.
Well, part of the challenge is they have so many events. And so they have themed events like the white party and this party. And by the time you pack an outfit specifically for each themed event, that takes up a lot of room. Like I'm the underpacker. I go lean and mean, man. Like a good pair of walking shoes and then a good like multiple use shoes. But I get it. Like I used to bring a pair of heels and shoes take up all the room. And that's what causes you to bring a whole other suitcase. So I'm like, the shoes is where you got to focus your firepower.
Yeah, I have to have a different pair of shoes for doing an outfit.
We do.
They have to match. Yeah.
But
I think I learned.
He stores my shoes because he's the same size, so we're okay.
Oh, that's cool. For me, it's the same thing. I'm an overpacker. You know, I've definitely over the years. I think my experience was when we had like 700 bags, and one of them, as we were going up the ramp to get on the ship, I lost one of them, and it rolled all the way down. I was like, all right, I'm done with that. I'm gonna take less next time, and so I've been learning. But I need my shoes as well. I love shoes. I love having a few different pairs. You know, so I'm trying to get some lessons from Rachel. You know how to do that. You know, but no, that's something that's super like it's it's important. Plus, also the essentials too. You want to actually bring this stuff with you versus purchasing it on the store because they're expensive.
You see, that's my motto. If I get on board and I don't have what I want, I'm going to be very upset. So I'd rather have packed different outfits so I've got choice. I like to have choice.
No, that's so smart. For when you have questions coming to you on your site and your, their socials, what are some of the top things that you find that the people are talking about or asking about? There's got to be some common things.
A lot of it is where to go, what to do, in ports that we've been to, any recommendations. They're the top kind of one.
Or if we've done cruises that people haven't done, like people are afraid to go on Celebrity because of the age.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's not what everyone thinks.
Or even ports that you embark from. So like Mumbai, we had a lot of questions about that.
We were lucky though getting them on because we got on within half an hour while some people waited 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it depends on the time of day you go. It depends on who you're cruising with. There
is a lot of age and a lot of mix. What kind of people are on the ship? Did you find this? Did you find that?
Food.
A lot. Food, drink. A lot. Yeah.
What to wear. The usual questions, but...
Yeah.
I think ports are uniquely special because even in researching for a Mediterranean, there's tons of like, I've been to Madrid or I've been to Barcelona, but it's from the perspective of I'm staying there a couple days. It's what I want to know is when I get off the ship, are there taxis right there? Yep. Do I have to take a cruise ship shuttle to get to another bus station? So that's the kind of unique to cruising information that I find myself going to more cruise bloggers and where I see the expertise is specifically in cruising and asking, because you can go to forums, but I look at the date and sometimes it's 7 years old and that's pre-COVID. A lot of things have changed. Do I need to bring my passport to certain countries you do, but it's things like that where it's cruise specific and you really need to rely on people like you guys that have been to so many places and you remember like, nope, it's easy to get a taxi. That's the cheapest option. Go there. And what's reachable from port, because it's easy if you're there a couple days to do a more expanded itinerary, but you want to be realistic with what you can see in about an 8-hour block.
Yeah. I think the biggest one for us is, stupidly, can you use Uber? If there's no Uber, what's their version of Uber? How do you use it? because we use that in our day-to-day lives all the time.
Or we'll walk. We can.
Yeah, we'll walk.
We'll walk if we can, but if not, we want to know that we can jump in a taxi and be safe.
Or can you use the public transport?
Yeah.
Like generally, we use trains all over Asia.
Well, yeah, we're jumping on the local train.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do what the locals do if we can, but if not, we need to know that there's some form of transportation.
Yeah.
We'd rather not use the cruise shuttle.
Yeah, and get ripped off.
Yes, we agree with you. Yeah, no, that's
because
true.
we're about to go to Japan, so we're really excited.
Oh my God,
and so, of
jealous.
course, in any destination you're going where there's going to be a language barrier, I'm kind of in that process. Like, how easy is the public transportation? You know, obviously now we have phones where we can translate and things, and a lot of the train ticketing systems, you can change the language. But of course, you don't want to get in a situation where you get on the wrong train and you end up with this 5-hour train ride where you can't get back in time. So yeah, there's all those fears.
And did you say Japan, they don't
Yeah,
another language?
I've done Tokyo quite a lot. Granted, it was a few years ago. But yeah, it's not in English. You won't see English anywhere. And not a lot of people.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I love Japan. It's one of my favorite countries in the world.
Wow.
It's the people that make it. They are so gracious and so welcoming. And even if they don't speak your language, they will find some way of communicating.
Any favorite spots? Any favorite spots? Because we need some tips.
Most of the ships dock in Yokohama, which is where I stay. There's a place called, it's totally gone out of my head now. Kamakura is where the big Buddha is. And you can go like inside the Buddha. That's amazing. Go to Shibuya Crossing. And the best place to see that is to go to the Starbucks, which is in one of the buildings. You literally, where all the seats look out over the bench, you can see everybody piling into the crossing and then disappearing. The bakeries in all the stations, there's like, they have these little bakeries where you get food because you can't get food on the trains. You have to take food with you. So they have these amazing eateries in the station where you can pick up things to go. Yokohama, the cup noodle factory. You can go there and make your own noodle. That's pretty cool. And Disneyland.
That's on our bucket list, Disneyland.
The best Disneyland in the world.
Oh, we're so
better
excited.
than the ones in the States, better than the one in Paris, better than the one in Hong Kong and Shanghai. It's amazing. The detail.
Now, see, Rachel? There you go. We're so excited. Yeah, we're just counting the days down. We're about, in fact, just before this call, I was like, I think we're only like 29 days and we're going,
Are you cruising or flying and touring?
So we're going to be flying to Yokohama and then cruising. It's like maybe a 15-day cruise.
With
all
celebrity.
around.
Who are you cruising with?
Celebrity?
Yes, celebrity.
Millennium. You're on the Millennium.
No, Millennium,
Yes.
we've never been. How about you?
We've done it twice. We just did it in Asia in February.
How is it?
She's the oldest in the fleet, but you would never know it.
No, you wouldn't.
No kidding. That's
more than
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going online, looking at all the YouTube videos, looking at everything, like everybody does. And, we're super excited.
She is a good shit.
Yeah.
You're like
She's got a little place in her
she has got a little place and a half. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's that. Well,
back
thank you
there,
for that.
drinks. Yeah, no, you'll like it.
Yeah.
We're super excited. And
You're small enough. You'll enjoy it.
yeah, I mean, we couldn't be more excited about doing that particular cruise because it's just so far from us, and not just the flight, but just from where our home is, And then Disneyland. Yes, we keep talking about Disney. People are like, "Do you have that in Florida?" We're like, "Yes." But no, we're really, really excited about that. Rachel, have we missed anything?
I don't think so, but you know me, my rule. Like, you can't ask all the questions because they got to come back.
We're doing
They
part
gotta
2
come back.
with both of you. Whether you like it or not, we're doing part 2.
I'd love to.
So try and come over to the UK and do cruise around the UK, you guys, and then jump on the Hebrides if you can in Scotland.
Oh, yeah, do the Hebrides.
They've gone.
Very cool.
I'll let you know because I want to do a recording session. My ultimate thing is at Abbey Road Studios. So I will let you know when we come over there. I will be doing that one day.
We live in winter, so you're welcome to come and stay.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
top tip,
gosh.
if you're going to go to Abbey Road Studios, Abbey Road on the tube map is not Abbey Road. It's in the other side of London.
Yes. So, I mean, I do know that, but we're good with trains. We're good with buses. We're good with whatever. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. We'll walk.
Right. Yes. City mapper.
Yeah, we're super excited. But this has been great. We're anything to add on your end for anybody watching here? Oh, before I forget, where can everybody find you? Please tell us all your locations.
We're on Instagram, Vitamin C, as in SEA, not as in the C, .uk. And we're also on our webpage, which is www.vitaminc, again, SEA, uk.com.
Perfect. And we will list everything so people will find you. And this has just been amazing. Rachel, anything on your end?
Yeah, no. I don't want to we got to save some for the next time. And we definitely want to hear about your Alaska trip.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. That was a great episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Great guests. We're super excited. Each week, we're going to bring you a new interview with cruise staff featuring entertainers, cruise chefs, cruise directors, bartenders, whoever we can find, as well as cruisers themselves to tell their individual stories. And we're going to have special guest celebrities. Theme cruises are super big, so we're going to be interviewing a bunch of people. But Rachel, tell them what they need to do to be notified each week.
What do you mean do? They should have did. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any future episodes. And if you want to watch some of the previous episodes, the best place to do that is our website. And that is cruiseshipexplorers.com.
Okay, everybody, you heard it, cruiseshipexplorers.com. Join us each week. We're super excited. Till the next time, see you then.